doing? This is the tennis world with the tennis expert. I am your tennis expert. Big warm welcome to my viewers right around the world. This is the US Open Final Preview 2025. Sinner versus Alcaraz. Let's take a quick look back at these semi-finals, right guys? So the first semi-final, Djokovic started a bit nervous, got the break. Alcaraz served very well, kept holding serve. Djokovic held serve. Alcaraz won the first set there. Second set, Djokovic gets up a break. Alcaraz plays a very good game to get back a couple of errors for Djokovic, going to the tiebreaker. And then Alcaraz is just too good for Djokovic in that tiebreaker, right, guys? So then what we have is we have a 2-sets-to-love with Alcaraz beating Djokovic in that tiebreaker. 2-sets-to-love to Alcaraz. And then the last set, Djokovic was tired. He said he ran out of gas. Alcaraz way too good. He wins at 6-2. So straight sets for Djokovic. Sinner versus Aliassime. Sinner wins in 4 sets. Sinner 6-1. Aliassime wins the second set. Third and fourth set, Sinner's in a lot of trouble and he's serving 30% first serve percentage. He's looking in huge trouble. He's struggling. But lucky for him, Aliassime cannot consistently play at that level for the rest of the match. Sinner's able to fight through it and find a way to win. But really, if Aliassime could do that a bit more consistently, he might have lost there, but he didn't, and Sinner was able to step up and get out of it and win that in 4 sets. So now let's preview the final. So the last 5 tournaments these guys have entered together, which was Rome, French Open, Wimbledon, Cincinnati, now US Open, the same 2 have been in the final, Sinner and Alcaraz. And now the third Grand Slam. We've had 3 Grand Slams in 3 months. French Open on clay, Wimbledon on grass, US Open on hard court, right? And the same 2 players are going to be in the final of the 3 Grand Slams in 3 months on 3 surfaces, and the last 5 tournaments when you include Rome and Cincinnati, since Sinner came back from the suspension, right? One of the reasons I predicted Sinner at Wimbledon, well, he wanted revenge from the French Open, so he was going to be the hungrier guy. But I also look back to 2022 when Sinner beat Alcaraz in 4 sets at the Wimbledon final. And I felt they both improved equally since then, and it was just a fact that Sinner was better on grass. And they're both improved, so he should still be better on grass in that matchup. That's what happened. He used 4 sets again this year. But then if you look at in 2022, Sinner was better, right? Sinner was better, at Wimbledon, and he won in 4 sets. But the same year, when they're on the same level, they played a great 5-hour match, and Alcaraz won in the 5th set. Why did it change if that was the same year, only 6 weeks apart? Because Sinner was better than Alcaraz on grass, but when they changed to a slower hard court, that suited Alcaraz more. And Alcaraz was able to win in 5 sets. And I think the same difference from that year, from Sinner winning in 4 sets on grass, which happened again this year, and Alcaraz winning in 5 sets at the US Open, what I think is it's the same thing, right? Just like in that year, it changed things when they moved from grass to the US Open in favor of Alcaraz. It'll change the same, because I feel like they both improved the same level since 2022. That's why Sinner won again in 4 sets in Wimbledon this year, like he did in 2022, right? I think overall it is better for Alcaraz, but it was still very close and he won in the 5th set. I think the faster court suits Sinner because he's got a better serve. Alcaraz has more speed and defense, so a slower court suits him. Plus, he has that big weapon to finish points through a slow court, that huge forehand. So clearly, I think Alcaraz is better at the French Open. Sinner's better on the faster hard courts of the Australian Open and grass. But a slower hard court, which is overall a medium pace court when you look at all surfaces, That doesn't suit any player. That's why when they met in 2022, they were equal and it just came down to the big points. Whereas on grass, Sinner was better, 4 sets, which is what happened this year. And I think I was looking at it to say the same thing this year. The court is equal, medium pace court. Wimbledon and the Australian Open suiting the faster courts, suiting Sinner, French Open suiting Alcaraz. This equal, and last time they played, they were equal and it came down to a 5th set. And it was just because Alcaraz was better in the big points. And I think when they're equal, Alcaraz, you got to say, if they're going to be equal again, then the big points decides that Alcaraz will be better. So I'm saying Alcaraz, as simple as that, right? But that was my view before the tournament, looking back, seeing like the surfaces that Sinner is better in the faster courts, Alcaraz slow, medium pace, slower hard court. They're equal and it's going to be the big points that will decide it, so I'm going with Alcaraz, right? But just to add a few extra things to that, if you look at this tournament, since then I've not seen what Alcaraz did in this tournament. He's not lost a set, he's lost serve twice, so I'm even more sure of my prediction now because Alcaraz has played better than I expected. But then Sinner, when he's playing players that don't challenge him in any way and just put the ball in the court and let him control the rally, yes, he looks great. But the 2 times guys attacked him in the way that Alcaraz would and made him feel uncomfortable and rushed him and made him feel defense and made him deal with tough situations in the match, he struggled. He got 1 set all. He was really down a break against Shapovalov in the 3rd set. He looked confused. He didn't know what to do. And the same thing happened in this semi-final against Aliassime. He was in big trouble. He was going down break points. He was close to going down a break in the 3rd and then in the 4th too. And it could have went to a 5th set. He looked to be physically struggling. But the difference, and one of the big things Aliassime did was when Sinner was struggling to get the ball through the court, Aliassime has time to set up. Aliassime was able to control the court with the forehand and overpower him. Who will do that? Alcaraz will do it, but you do it more consistent and more better. And when you decide you don't want to go to his forehand, Aliassime at least has a weak backhand to target. Alcaraz doesn't. And Alcaraz will be even better on the forehand and even more consistent. And really, Sinner looked like he couldn't handle that. He was serving 30% first serves. When he was playing on defense, he felt pressured. He felt like he had to go for too much and hit errors. And he just looked confused out there. Alcaraz is going to do it better and more consistent. And then when you avoid the forehand, he'll have a better backhand. He'll have better speed and defense. He'll be more consistent. He'll be better mentally. He'll have a better return of serve, volley, drop shots, all these things. And Sinner was in massive trouble in that match. Like when somebody controlled the point with the forehand and made him play defense, he was confused. He didn't know what to do. He was like, you're pushing me around. I'm going to have to go for the lines now because I don't want you to control the point. And just lucky enough, Aliassime's level dropped and Sinner saw that and then the pressure was off and he was able to get out of that. But Alcaraz is going to do that much better, consistent. The level won't drop and he's going to be back confused and he's not going to know what to do, but it's going to be even harder. So based on those 2 times, I'm not looking at Sinner played great when people didn't challenge him. But when people did something similar to what Alcaraz would do, he looked in big trouble. And so that's what I'm looking at. And Alcaraz is going to do that and better, so he's going to be even more trouble. Whereas Alcaraz, on the other hand, has been better. Like dropping serve twice. Come on, he played a better opponent in the semi-final. He played Djokovic. Sinner played Sinner played Aliassime. But he struggled with Aliassime having the easier semi-final, right? Alcaraz had Djokovic and he's still straight sets. Like, what does that say about this match? And then the other thing is, Alcaraz will be more rested. He played Tuesday, had 2 days off, then played Friday, and then played early in the day and has a full 48 hours to recover after a straight sets match. Sinner didn't get the 2 days off. He played Wednesday, Friday, finish late at night. When they do all the press conferences, they're going to get back to their hotel at like 4 in the morning. They're going to wake up late, but then that's on the Saturday. They're waking up late, but then on the Sunday they've got to be there early because the match starts at 2. So because Alcaraz played at 3, he's playing at 2. 2 days later, Sinner's played late at night. So he's just got a day and a half. And then when it's 2, they've got to get there early to warm up, like at 10 or something, or 9. So, and then playing a longer match, finishing late, having less time to recover, not having the 2 days off after the quarterfinals. Alcaraz is fresher, Alcaraz is playing better, Alcaraz is dominated, and Sinner struggled when somebody really attacked and pressured him. And Alcaraz has done that to him better than anyone else, far better than what Shapovalov and Aliassime will do. And he was confused, struggled, and started missing first serve, started hitting the ball out, started being safe and then never got control. No. Alcaraz is going to eat him up if he does that. And Alcaraz is going to do it so much better. Plus, as well as that attack, that he'll push him around, doing it more consistent, be able to do it from the backhand, touch shots like drop shots and volleys. But then when Sinner does get control of the point, Alcaraz has a much better defense and it's going to be harder for Sinner to finish past him. But also Alcaraz is going to have more offense, so he's going to be pushed to defense the way Shapovalov and Aliassime did, but better. But then even if Sinner does get control, he's facing now the best defender too. And then these guys are great offensive players, but not great defensive and return of serve. Alcaraz is great defensively and the return of serve. So then there's all these things. It's going to be so much harder. And the way he struggled and felt pressure, it's going to be so much harder. But Alcaraz can also do it from the defense and the return of serve and drop shots and volleys. Just the way he struggled against Shapovalov and Aliassime, I can't see him handling that. My view was, like I said, Sinner's better on the Australian Open and Wimbledon fast courts. Alcaraz better on clay. Slow hard court is overall a medium pace court, equal for a guy who likes fast and slow courts, right? So I put them even, and that's why in Wimbledon in 2022, Sinner was better at 4 sets like he was this year. Sinner was better on 4 sets like he was this year. Sinner was better in 4 sets like he was this year, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have to keep going. Yeah. So Sinner was better in 4 sets like he was this year. Sorry about that. Like I've got to use my phone and then calls come in. So sorry about that. Yeah. So what I was saying was Sinner was better and won in 4 sets, right? In 2022, like he did this year. But then on the US Open, it showed that Alcaraz was much better. And they were actually equal, and it made a change. And then it came down to who's better in the big points. And if that happens, Alcaraz would win, and they both improve equal levels. So they should be equal. It should come down to the big moments, and Alcaraz should be the better guy under pressure and win in a 5th set. But then the way Sinner struggled against a high level worries me for him. And then the fact that Alcaraz has been better. So now I'm going to say it could be 5 sets or it could be 4 sets, right? Because Sinner's not been as good and Alcaraz has been better than expected. But even if Sinner plays at his elite level, they're just going to be both at an elite level. They're going to be even and come down to the big points, and Alcaraz is going to win because of the big points. Sinner's big advantage is the serve. Alcaraz is the defense. They're both great at rallying. Alcaraz has a bigger forehand. A big tactic is Sinner's to attack and rush Alcaraz on the forehand, hit the ball fast through the court and make Alcaraz arrive late. I think Alcaraz is better drop shots, volleys, better defense. Sinner's better serving. But then the problem is Sinner's missed a whole lot of first serves and not served as well. And Alcaraz has served better. So that big advantage, the gap could be closed. But then they just have great rallies. But if Alcaraz is able to serve better and Sinner worse, and now the serve is no longer an advantage for Sinner, then they're equal in most areas. But now, if they're equal in both areas, Alcaraz defense can be a deciding factor because Sinner's got better on the serve, Alcaraz defense. But if Alcaraz improves the serve and Sinner goes back a bit, now they could be equal on the serve. Now Sinner's advantage is gone, and now they're equal in most aspects. But now Alcaraz has won, his strength puts him over the edge, because Sinner's strength is now equalized by Alcaraz serving better, but he's serving not as good. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But now Alcaraz's advantage on the defense is still there, whereas Sinner's advantage on the serve has been taken away by Alcaraz serving better, he's serving not as good, right? But now the advantage for the defense and the speed for Alcaraz is still there, and that can put him over the top. And then it's also going to be colder, so the court will be slower, meaning more closer to clay. And again, the defense becomes more important, and having a big forehand to finish points becomes more important. And I think Alcaraz is also a bit better on the return of serve too. And then when you need to finish points, you can come to the net, you can do drop shots, all these things. But Sinner's trying to use the big serve, rush Alcaraz on the forehand. That needs a faster court. I think the slower court slows it down. But then again, it's a medium-paced court. Both guys have an equal chance. So even if Sinner plays his best, I think Alcaraz does it and wins in 5 sets. If he's a bit off what we've seen like Shapovalov and Aliassime match, then it's going to be 4 sets. I'm 50-50, 4 or 5, but I'm going to say 5 sets for Carlos Alcaraz. It's going to be a great match, come down to the big points, and Alcaraz will just be better in those big points, and he's going to win this in 5. So Carlos Alcaraz is your 2025 US Open champion. That's my video for today. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world, and thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, I'll be back in a few days to review, but please subscribe for me, okay? And bell notification and thumbs up. And come back in a few days for my review. But I'm saying Alcaraz in 4 or 5, but I'm saying it's going to be a great match. It's going to be down to the big points, and Alcaraz is going to step up in the big moments and win this in 5 sets. So subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up, and come back for my review in a few days. That's my video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys in a few days for my review. Alcaraz in 5. Subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.